Captain Peter Cutsey, South Korea. Busan, ready for takeoff on runway 36 left. Before takeoff, checklist complete, strobe on, cabin alerted, transponder TARA, and lights as required.
36 left.
Approach end of the runway clear. Runway clear. 22nd of May 2025, 1920 local time. Beautiful night. Runway markings identified.
On runway 36 left.
Runway track, looking for 002. 40%. N1. EGT rollback. N1 toga. Check.
B1, rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate.
Positive rate, gear up.
400.
Arm VNAV speed. Command.
1000.
Flaps 1. Flaps up. Flaps up, lights out. The after takeoff procedure silently.
1000 to go.
1000 to go. After takeoff checklist called for at an appropriate time because the after takeoff procedure has been completed. We're restricted to 230 knots as we go by Opono, and that's fine. We'll request higher, see if we can get it, and then we will climb as cleared. We've been cleared to maintain flight level 280 with restrictions, which means we maintain 5,000 and 230 knots. And when we go by Opono, because we're in VNAV speed, VNAV path, the aircraft should climb. Changing the scale so we can see a little bit more in front of us. Adjusting our heading bug to the new track. As this waypoint turns white as we go by, we should notice a change in the flight management annunciator, FMA. We do. N1, VNAV speed, our verbal calls, and to ensure that things are happening, and we are. Thrust is increasing, as you can see on the upper DU pop-up we have in the top left-hand corner. This is our flight path vector on the heads-up display HUD. The autopilot is doing its job, and we're doing our job by making sure the autoflight systems are doing what we, as pilots, want it to do. We're flying the CUE, C-U-E, and the autopilot is doing a great job, and our pitch angle here is at 11 degrees, an angle of attack at 2.2. We talk about all these things when you join our class to give you a taste of airline flying. We're in a beautiful Boeing 737NG en route from and 10,000 for flight level 280. We're en route from Gimé to Gimpo. Airspeed is increasing now because we're above 10,000, and as you can see here, the pillar on the under the left wing chip of the flight path vector is indicating we have an airspeed error. It's not really an error, it's because we are actually accelerating, and when this green arrow shortens to 0 when we hit our command speed, that pillar will have disappeared. These are the wonderful things we talk about in an intro to airline flying. Think ahead. What's coming next? It's what's next? What's next? What's next? What do we expect? Well, we're expecting when we go out of 14,000 for an indication that we should change the altimeter setting, something we programmed in the flight management CDU before we left. Here it is. So we must go to standard. Standard is here. We've gone from the QNH setting region to the standard pressure region. We're now working with flight levels. Flight level 1514, flight level 280. We'll adjust our heading bug to our next track as a backup. We're climbing at the rate of climb here of 3,750 feet a minute. You can see it on the HUD. What the HUD allows pilots to do is, instead of looking down inside the aircraft and then outside, we're projecting the information on these two main instruments, primary flight display and the nav display, are being projected via technology camera on a combiner behind the pilots, projecting it through this combiner HUD display so that the pilots can look outside simultaneously and fly the airplane. As long as they manually fly the CUE in the flight path vector or ensure the autopilot's doing it, flight level 200 for flight level 280, then we know that we're on the correct lateral path and the correct vertical path to go to our altitude of flight level 280. Think ahead. What's coming next? What's coming next? Especially on short flights. I've done several videos in my library, which you can access if you contact me. Incidentally, for those of you joining our new school in South Korea for teenagers, stand by. set the heading bug to our next track. What comes next? What's coming next is what we're thinking about. Incidentally, as I mentioned, for those of you who are going to join our teenager flight school for Korean teenagers, this is the kind of information that you'll have a chance to experience hands-on in our training school with our guidance in how to use the software and how to think ahead and plan ahead and think airline terms and simultaneously learn how to speak English properly. So aviation's language of the world is the English language, spoken clearly and distinctly the way you hear me do it. Slowly, not quickly, clearly. We'll teach you how to do that, but mainly we'll teach you how to enjoy what flying's all about.
1,000 to go.
Flight level 270 for flight level 280. Leveling at flight level 280. Welcome to the world of aviation. Welcome to the passionate world of doing things right and enjoying the satisfaction of doing things right. 72 years ago, I started learning about aviation, and I'm still learning, and I want to pass that on to South Korean teenagers. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.